Hello children. Today we are going to study about lifelines of national economy. Geography chapter 7. The pace of development of a country depends upon the production of goods and services as well as their movement over space. Today, the world has been converted into a large village with the help of efficient and fast moving transport. Today, India is well linked with the rest of the world. Lifelines of national economy. In this chapter, you will see how modern means of transport and communication serve as lifelines of our nation and its modern economy. Transport. The network of transport is means of transport. Movement of goods and services can be over three important domains of our earth, that is land, water and air. Based on this transport, transport can also be classified into land transport, water and air transport. Uh, Inland, we have roadways, railways, pipelines, waterways, inland ways, overseas ways. Air transport, domestic airways, international airport, in international airways. In domestic airways, we have public undertaking. In international airways, we have private airlines. Let's discuss them in detail. Roadways. India has one of the largest road networks in the world, aggregating to about 54.7 lakh kilometers. The growing importance of road transport over rail transport is mentioned below. The construction cost of roads is much lower than that of railway lines. Roads can cover more geographically harder locations that can't be done by the railways. Roads can negotiate higher gradients of slopes and can be easily built in traverse mountains such as Himalayas. Road transport is economical. It also provides door-to-door service. Road transport provides links between railway stations, air and seaports. In India, roads are classified into six classes according to their capacity. They are Golden Quadrilateral Superhighways. Golden Quadrilateral Superhighways is a network of highways connecting India's four top metropolitan cities, namely Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai. These highway projects are being implemented by the National Highway Authority of India, NHAI. National highways. So these national highways. Here you can see the national highways. They are connecting. The national highways are a network of trunk roads that are laid and maintained by the CPWD, Central Public Works Department. The historical Sher Shah Suri Marg is called National Highway number 1 between Delhi and Amritsar. State highways. Roads linking a state capital with different district headquarters are known as state highways. These roads are constructed and maintained by the State Public Works Department. 97% of the length of state highway is melted. The state highways are constructed and maintained by the state government. Next comes the district governments. District roads. These roads connect the district headquarters with other places of the district. These roads are maintained by the Zilla Parishad. Other roads. Rural roads which link rural areas and villages with towns, that is Kacha roads, are classified under this category. These roads received special impetus under the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. Border roads. Border Roads Organization constructs and maintains roads in the bordering area of the country. This organization was established in 1960 for the development of the roads of strategic importance in the northern and northeastern border areas. Roads can also be classified on the basis of type of material used for their construction, such as metal roads may be made of cement, concrete, or even bitumen of coal. These are all weather roads. Unmetal roads go out of use in the rainy season. So there are problems faced by the road transport. What are they? Inadequate, unsurfaced. They are inadequate. Second one is 43% of roads are unsurfaced. Highly congested in cities. Bridges are narrow. Roadside amenities are not sufficient and emergency services are poor. Next, coming to railways. Railways are the principal mode of transportation for carrying huge loads and bulky goods for long and short distances in India. Railways have become more important in India's economy. However, rail transport suffers from certain problems as well, which are construction of bridges is required across rivers, wide beds for lying down the railway lines. In the hilly terrains of the peninsular region, railway tracks are laid through low hills, gaps, or tunnels. The Himalayan mountainous regions are also unfavorable for the construction of railway lines due to the highest elevation points in the surface, sparse population, and lack of economic opportunities. It is difficult to lay railway lines on sandy plains. These are the present problems faced by the Indian Railways. Traveling without tickets, thefts of railway properties, passengers traveling without tickets, thefts of railway properties, damaging railway properties, pulling up of chains and stopping of trains, attacks of terrorists, bomb blasts, throwing of passengers out of trains over traffic matters. Pipelines. Pipeline network uses pipes, usually underground, to transport and distribute fluids. These are used to transport water, crude oil, petroleum products, and natural gas, fertilizer factories, and big thermal power plants. Solids can also be transported through a pipeline when converted into slurry. There are three important networks of pipeline transportation in the country. From oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur, from Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab. From Hazaria in Gujarat to Jagdishpur in Uttar Pradesh.